Alright, I'm back, and I'm back to the little the topic I was talking about, quantum mechanics, right? And you're right. It's a new science, but I believe it to be a valuable science in giving us another perspective on how our world, our universe works. And at least from my perspective, not yours, of course, but from my own perspective, another little insightful way of how God put the universe together. I've tried to, as you've noticed, possibly, I've tried to stay away from the religious side of things just to give a more, detailed, sort of common explanation, I think, of why free will would exist, which I think would still hold up, despite, technical varying varieties and stuff, and little details and little quirks and stuff that people have, and just little nitpickers that do things. Even through all that, I think this basic explanation of free will would still stand, despite all that. But I'm, moving away from the topic again. Sorry. um, but as I was saying, I think we would both agree that micro can have effect on the macro world. Correct? Little virus can have a big effect on the macro populace. Take the swine flu. It's a little flu virus, but it can have massive results on a global scale. We've already seen this. It's a micro it's a microorganism virus thing that affects the macro world. There's been a whole big to do about it over this little thing. You know, so it would lead to follow um, that something on a quantum, atom molecular scale could affect the universe. Hold on again. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Just my wife checking on me. um, where was I? Oh yes, little affecting big. I know I'm repeating myself. It's because I get off topic at times. But the thing with the quantum mechanics, as far as I see it, it's not randomized. It actually, which I'm gonna say, I'm gonna link a video to the first part, and like it's a 16-part series. It's a movie. It's still on YouTube as far as I know, but you can also look up this one part of the video. It's called the double slit experiment, and I'll post a link to this particular section of the video also on the side, just so you can go look at that if you just want to look at it. But I'm also going to post the first part, just the first part, to this movie, and you'll be able to find the other parts on the list to the side, under related videos. If you want to watch it all, you really should, because I found it to be very, enlightening on the whole quantum micromolecular sort of world and what experiments they've done. But I know on the double slit experiment, I've seen several videos on YouTube that all say the same thing. And it goes like this, matter going through two slits, you'll see two lines. One slit's one line, two slits, you should have two lines for matter. Waves, like water waves or radio waves or whatever, you go through one slit, you get a line. Two slits, you get a interference pattern for waves. That's what they call it, interference pattern. You do this on the micro level, on the atomic level, right? One slit, you get a line. Two slits, they get an interference pattern. And what happens is, and they say, it goes through one slit, goes through the other, goes through both, goes through neither. The wave splits, goes through both, interferes with itself, or it does all this stuff, right? It's in a state of flux. Now what they did was they put a little measuring device next to one of the slits just to see if which it went through. Once they did that, it behaved like normal matter. It went through the two slits as two lines instead of a wave, just by observation. and what that seems to me, this is how I take it, is because there are possibilities set out before us, and just because because of things on a, you're right, this is hard to talk about, hard to explain, but because we have intelligence, we are considered agents. We act upon our environment instead of an environment entirely acting upon us. We act back with a generally sort of destructive nature, but also with a caring nature at the same time. It's interesting. We seem to be our own paradox. Anyway, with the matter, with a itty bitty ball of matter, the smallest thing, it behaves in every way. And in a sense, we do too. We act in every way. There is a scenario where each of us does a different part. There's a place where it's like alternate universes, where each of us, instead of doing this, we did this. Instead of doing this, we did this. Instead of doing this, we did this, and so on and so forth. It's sort of an alternate universe thing. Now, I know there's no sort of proof for alternate universes, but this experiment sort of opens up that sort of possibility. It gives a better idea of how free will works, I think. Is we have possibilities, we have choices in life on how we do things. And depending on who we are as individuals, we pick the choice that we do, that who we are. And that's just sort of my take on free will, on all this. We are the reason we are considered to have free will, the reason we are considered to be independent, agents, I think, is because of this. Because it's no set. There's no set standard of what we do. We are quite complex organisms, and to think that we behave in certain ways all the time seems odd, to consider. And I hope this helps out in, not to say that I've just proved anything. No, that I can't prove anything. All I can do is give my opinion, but I believe my opinion to be correct. I believe it to be, sensible, logical. I just believe it to be the way things are. So, please give me a response. Also, as I said before, I'm going to post those same 2 questions that I did before in the side of my video, because I still haven't gotten enough views for people to actually start answering them. And again, I think those are answers that are interesting to be answered. They should be answered. So yeah, that's my take on it. That's my opinion. That's just a little intro thing. Like I said, I'll have everything listed in the sidebar for when you want to check it out. If you want to check it out, and I'll have that on all 3. No, I think I'll just have that on the 3rd video, possibly. So we'll see. So be safe. Have a good day. All that good stuff. And I think I'm going to start doing this as a little sign-out thing, sort of a Vulcan Spock thing. Live long and prosper. I've always wanted to say that to people, just because it's a nice way to end a conversation. And I'll explain why in another video. For now, live long and prosper. Have a good day, and can't wait to hear a response from you. Later.